Hello and welcome to the channel once again. This is Mohsen Ismail. Well, here's a few live update that I want to bring to your notice directly because this is really very important for everyone to know. So far, we have known that there was been attack between Iran and Israel, and Iran was also attacking the other GCC countries, the neighboring countries, with all those places where they had US bases around. Now, here's something that is really very important, which has recently happened. So the entire thing after that, of course, there was infrastructure which was being damaged, which turned into a lot of destruction, and also uh, it affected a lot of people around the world. When we talk about the infrastructure, it also included oil because of what you see and what we all know so far. And oil was the first commodity which got impacted. And if oil gets impacted, then everything gets impacted, whether it is transport. And with transport, it is the supply of the fertilizers, the urea, potassium, or everything that is needed. So when we understand this, oil was the target, the base target, and then everything related to oil was affected and would be affected. Now, after oil, this is the news which is indicating or letting you know about things as to where you need to put your concentration on. After oil, what is the next commodity? And this is one sign of that, where it says Iranian attack damages the Kuwait power and desalination. Iranian attack damages Kuwait power and desalination plants, kills worker. There was an Indian worker who got killed in the attack. Now, desalination plant is, for the people, of course, everybody would be aware that Gulf, the entire GCC countries are basically those part of the world where the water is very less, right? And that is one of the reasons why, and they have saline water, salty water, right? Because of sand and of course, so there has to be a desalination plant which needs to be there in order to purify the water. And thus there are a lot of power plants across the Gulf countries, around about 400 or so. However, which we would certainly see if we go down. However, that is one thing that we would like you to know is this attack. So water is something has been targeted now. Understand the importance of it. This is an Iran attack on the power. This is, of course, with the courtesy from Al Jazeera website. You can always visit and just check out. I'm just going through it so that you know. So an Iranian attack on the power and water desalination plant in Kuwait has killed one Indian worker, which we already know. The service building at the power and the power desalination plant was attacked as a part of Iranian aggression against the state of Kuwait, resulting in the death of an Indian worker, which happened. All this is fine. Now, here are a few interesting things which is actually mind blowing. And this is where I want you to focus. Kindly stay tuned for the news that you might not hear, is what this is all about. So, if you look at this, then technical and emergency response teams were immediately sent to the site to the deal, right? This thing happened, brutal aggression, it was being condemned by other people. However, later on same Monday, this was on Monday when the Kuwait's Ministry of Electricity said in a statement on the Monday, and later half of the Monday, what exactly happened was Iran claimed that Israel was behind the attack. So what Iran is saying is that it was Israel who attacked, accusing Iran because they know that there's a tension which is happening, which is going on, and this is a time if the water salination plant is being attacked, automatically the blame will go on to Iran. That is what Iran is claiming. However, that is what it says, that the brutal aggression by the Israeli regime against Kuwait's desalination plant, carried out in recent hours under the pretext of accusing the Islamic Republic of Iran, is a sign of the vileness and depravity of the Zionist occupiers, said the military's operational command, Khatam al-Anbiya, in a statement carried by the state TV of Iran. Now, this is what they say. And this is what, of course, in terms of Kuwait, in terms of there are other countries like Saudi Arabia, has they have condemned this attack. And the strong terms of heinous Iranian attacks is what everybody is, or the neighboring countries are coming in, including Oman as well, which has been very neutral and one of the most sophisticated Gulf or GCC countries. Uh, Oman has, the ministry has issued condemnation and strong denunciation of the attack as well. If you look at this, Sultanate of Oman renews its calls to all the parties on the necessity of an immediate and complete cessation of the war and refraining from escalation. It said in a statement. So all these things are happening. Now, this is what the news is, just so you may know. But here's the thing, look at this chart: 7.2 trillion liters of desalination plants, which are there across this is the country of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Oman, having this. And if you look at this, it produces roughly 40% of the world's desalinated water and operate more than 400 desalination plants. Right. Imagine if this thing is attacked. This has been attacked at a place where there's a lack of, this why these are there, why there are desalination plants, because there is a lack of drinking water, purified water, right, which we can drink. And this is why, and if you look at it from all the parts, it is the loss which is coming to humanity across the world during this war. And now that it has reached one of those commodities which is directly related to you, who doesn't need any transport in terms of, the requirement, the need for the people living there, then it would certainly affect a lot, right? In Kuwait itself, of course, majority of the population are dependent on that plant for the water, right? Whoever did this, whether it is Iran or whether it is Israel who did this, right? But it is something that is affecting the entire humanity. Now, Iran has also effectively blocked the Strait of Hormuz, so oil is gone, oil is stopped, water is getting affected. And these are the phases of the war which will start, and kind of a cavity in the tooth, which starts with one thing and then starts spreading and attacking different things of the different parts. And that is what is happening. So all these commodities will certainly create this chaos in the world, which might happen if this thing continues, and it doesn't seem to stop as of now. So we better be prepared of. This is not just to scare you. Once again, it's something that is happening, and what do we learn from it, and how do we prepare ourselves in during such situations? Because eventually, it is not just we, but our families, no matter wherever we are living around the world. We have to. This is the time when again we have got an opportunity to think, at least as the entire humanity on this earth, being with the right, and just carry on and prepare yourself for the worst that can happen. And this is where I end this video, but thank you, and like and share if you can, and be safe and be prepared. Thank you.